There are many videos on YouTube that explains the things you need to do before you come into the UK, but not many videos explains the things you need to do as soon as you arrive the UK. Here in this video, I'm going to give you 20 things you need to do as soon as you arrive the UK so that you don't face challenges, you don't get frustrated, and life becomes easier for you as you live in the UK. Thank you, my returning subscribers. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition into the UK to be as smooth as possible. And let's get into this video. The first thing you need to do once you arrive the UK is to get access to your accommodation. You must have booked for an accommodation before you came in, and maybe you have paid for rent, and so it's time for you to meet with your landlord, and he or she would show you around the facilities in your accommodation. It's very important for him to show you the facilities that are already on ground. The white goods, if you've not heard about the white goods, they are just the general appliances that come with houses. For example, you could have a microwave, you can have a washing machine, you can have a cooker stroke oven, and there might be other things that might be in the house. So maybe if you're in a shared accommodation, it could tell you some of the rules they have in the house, where you can keep some of your things, in the refrigerator or in the cupboard. It's very important for you to contact your landlord ahead of time to tell him the date you arrive or the time you're going to arrive, so that he can give you access to your accommodation. You don't want to be outside during winter and feeling cold. You also need to let him know about this in case he's not around. You could hand over the keys to someone that will give you access to the property. The second thing you need to do as soon as you arrive in the UK is that you need to get a UK phone number. It's very important that you have one. You need that contact in order to apply for so many things. Now, you need to have access to text messages, phone calls, and data to browse in case you need to fill some forms or read your emails from your phone on the go. The next thing you need to do is to get your BRP, which is your British Residence Permit. It gives you the expiry date of your visa and the type of visa you're using to come into the UK. On the document given to you by the UK Embassy, you would see the details of the location where you can get your BRP. This particular BRP is very important for application processes, so prepare yourself to get it. The next item is to get a bank account in the UK. It is very important. If you're going to work, you have to be paid through that account. I need it to pay for tuition and do some other financial transactions. So prepare yourself for that. Choose the bank you want to use wisely. There are some banks that might give discounts to students. Just weigh your option and know which bank is suitable for you based on your circumstance. The next important thing is that you might have to furnish your house. The landlord might tell you that you just have white goods and your house is not properly furnished. So if you need some other items, depending on how much you have, you could decide to get some from eBay, from Amazon. You can get from Facebook Marketplace. You could even get some free stuff or items from Facebook Marketplace. You can explore that option because there are some people that might want to declutter their house and they might not be in need of certain items. You can also join groups that give free items on Facebook. On your Facebook search bar, you can type in your city and say free items, and you could see some groups where people give out things for free. You can explore this option if you are short of cash and you really need help to furnish your apartment, especially if you have kids. Another thing is that you need to identify where the shopping mall is. Even charity shops, if you need some particular items, you need to identify where your food mall or the big brand shopping malls are. For example, you could try to use Tesco, Lidl, Aldi, Asda. These have affordable food items, and because you came with food, those might be dry. You still need fruits and vegetables that are fresh as possible. Therefore, you need to know the distance between your accommodation or your school and the nearest food shop or shopping mall. Another thing that many people make mistakes about is that they don't register with their GP surgery. Very important that you find out the nearest GP around you, that's general practitioner around you, and register there. Don't wait until you are sick or ill before you start looking for, oh, I need to get to a hospital, I need to see a doctor. You might get frustrated because of this. Very important that you consider this. There are some items they might ask you to bring and you fill a form. Sometimes it could take 2 weeks or 3 weeks before your registration goes through into the system and you are being issued an NHS number. So that's why you shouldn't wait till you're sick before you register with your GP surgery. Another important thing you have to understand is to work in the UK, you need a national insurance number. Get yourself a national insurance number. You need to apply, and sometimes this application process could take a long time before you could be issued a national insurance number. Some job opportunities might not allow you to start until you've been issued a national insurance number. This is one of the things that might cause a delay in you being employed as soon as you get into the UK. Another thing you need to understand is that you might need to attend an interview before you are being issued a national insurance number. So you have to put this into consideration. Attend your school verification exercise. See, many schools would tell you to come in and maybe meet them in an office where they would check your documents. Yes, you've submitted your documents to them, but you have to bring the originals of these documents for them to properly process and file them. It's very important to know which particular date has been given to you for you to get your documents verified. It could be number of days, it could be a particular date. Every school has different policies. So that's why you need to be checking your emails as often as possible to get well informed of what is required for you to complete your admission or registration with the school. Another important thing is that you need to attend your school or faculty's induction day. Now, in the induction day is where they tell you about the things you need to understand, whether they're issuing you an email or what the activities are all about. They might introduce you to the dean of your faculty, or they could introduce you to so many things that you need to understand. You need to know what type of portal you would need to communicate with your lecturers or submit assignments. You need to understand that the school timetable. That's the reason why you're in the UK. So you don't want to be falling behind and miss that particular orientation or induction day. Try and make yourself available on that day so that you don't miss out. And you can make some important friends while being there. These people will help shape your future, pass valuable information to you so that you don't fall behind and you're updated on the things you need to do. Another important aspect is your spirituality, your religion. You need to identify with whatever spiritual association you are in, where you can attend and then make friends and you feel much more at home here. You need to keep growing in your spirituality so that you can be more focused and fulfill your purpose in life. You can identify where most other international students from your home country attend and then, join them in worship. As soon as your bank registration has gone through and you've been issued an ATM card which arrives in your letterbox, you need to activate that card. So many places where you might need some important things do not use cash sometimes. They require you using an ATM, or maybe if it's transportation, the bus or something like that, you need a bus card. And sometimes to pay for these things, you need to have a credit or debit card. It's very important that you get your ATM card activated so that you can start paying for things, buying things that you need to survive in the UK. Another important thing that many students miss out or find out later on when it has cost them a lot of money is because they do not get the best discount for transportation. It's very important that you know what you need to do to get your transportation costs going down, especially if you have to commute to school or any other part of the city or country. You need to understand that there are some discounts for students. There might be also some discounts where if you buy a total of maybe 100 passes or 50 passes, the cost is reduced than if you pay every day you are trying to go on a bus. So it's very important that you're aware of this. That's what they call 16 to 25 railway card. This could help you get discounts on train. Even if you're not 16 years old or 16 to 25, but you're a student, you could also take advantage of these opportunities. Please find out about this. Ensure that you make the right decisions whenever you're choosing a transportation means to get to school, because it could cost you a lot of money every month. Another thing you need to do is to register with the Nigerian Association in your school. It's very important that you do that. There are advantages of this. There are some places you need to maybe shop for clothes or some items that could give discounts because you were able to show them that you are registered with the student union in your university. So explore this option to cut costs. I can't emphasize this enough. It's very important that you continue with your job hunt. I will ask you this question as a student: when do you need to start looking for a job? I will tell you that you need to start looking for a job in your area of specialization before you come into the UK, not when you're in the UK, not 4 months before your studies is over, or 6 months before your studies is over, or maybe when you have submitted your dissertation. It's very important that you know that you need to start looking for a job before, and continue looking for a job while you're in the UK, and also try to explore getting internships because it gives you an opportunity for work experiences. You pick up technical skills, soft skills, as well as references that are in the UK. You know that sometimes it can be very difficult to get references from your home country, but if you're working with somebody already in the UK, the person could write a reference, character reference or professional reference about you, and this could help you secure a job in your area of specialization, even if it's not your area of specialization. So something you need to keep in mind: continue with your job hunt. If you can dedicate up to 20 minutes every day to investigate what employers need in that area of specialization, it could help you think, maybe I need to get some additional training to add to my master's so that I can secure a job. So you start working towards it. Of course, there are different types of jobs. There are the jobs you do to pay your bills. And also there are also jobs you do for personal development and to increase your chances of securing a better job in future, especially one that can give you certificates of sponsorships. Another thing you need to do as soon as you arrive in the UK is to register with Unitemps, or a temporary job site provided by your university. These could give you valuable experiences as a librarian assistant, research assistant. It could help you build some skills. It could help you study maybe while working. If you're a librarian, it could give you access to so many things and facilities and skills, and maybe you'll be able to use some software, and also the flexibility of registering under a temporary website as provided by your university. It means that you don't need to travel farther to look for a job. Maybe you couldn't register before you came in because they want you to provide original documents to complete your registration. But now you're in the UK, it's very important that you go straight to their office and register. Another advantage of doing this is that sometimes the university temporary job sites would allow you to start working without a national insurance number. Another aspect is to get Wi-Fi access. I know it sounds a bit petty, but to be sincere, you can't survive in the UK without access to internet. You need to research, do your assignments online, look at your emails, and maybe it might not be convenient to open some apps on your phone and do those assignments on your phone. You might need to use your laptop. So while coming into the UK, you need to have a laptop. If you can carry that in your hand luggage, that will be absolutely amazing and very convenient for you. Like I said, you need access to Wi-Fi in your residence. So if it doesn't come with the contract you have with your landlord, you can decide to call in one of the internet providers to install one for you. Another important aspect is to register to get your provisional driver's license. It's an extra identification that is accepted by most places whenever you are trying to complete a registration for whatever reason. So very important that you just go online, Google it, and find out, how do I complete this form? And then you just complete it. It comes to your address, it's pretty easy to do. is, I know having a BRP is a plus, but you might not want to carry it around every single time. The provisional driver's lessons could help you start driving lessons and some other things you might want to do in the UK. So just get it and keep it with you. Another thing that you shouldn't ignore is to set up a payment plan for your school tuition. As soon as you arrive in the UK, it will be wise to contact the finance department in your school or whatever department that is in charge of school tuition. Let them know that this is the payment plan you can be able to afford at this moment. So you negotiate and you people should agree on a payment plan for your school tuition so that you don't start panicking from time to time when they start sending you those emails telling you that you have so date to complete this payment, you have so date to complete this payment. Do you know, once you arrive ahead of time and contact them and talk to them about the payment plan that you can be able to afford, it sets a more relaxed method of organizing you on how you can complete that payment without being so stressed and pressurized and tensed up. So this is something you need to explore. Also know that you can start driving as soon as you arrive in the UK if you have an international driver's license. So you can start driving at least 12 months before you have to get a UK driver's license. So that's something you need to explore. Another thing you need to know is that you need to find out an affordable means of sending money or receiving money from the UK. There are many apps that offer such services. It's very important that you communicate with friends in class or other people who might be of help to you to give you guidance on the best and affordable means of sending money or receiving money from your home country. So I think I've completed this. If there is something you think I've missed on this list, please write it in the comment below. I want to hear from you. I really enjoy reading your comments. I hope everything works out for you. I'm seriously rooting for you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.